Hi, my name is Kristen. I'm a health coach with Orient, and today we are going to be working on the sunrise salutations. The sunrise salutations is a yoga vinyasa or flow of poses, and it incorporates a lot of the basic poses used in a lot of yoga classes. So as we work through these poses today, you will gain a better understanding of how to use these poses and how to gain the greatest benefits from them. We're going to start standing today, so go ahead and just plant your feet down into the ground. We want our feet to be about hip width apart. So that's about 2 fists. If you just place your fists on the ground and then bring your feet in right next to your fists. And then stand up nice and tall. Make sure you feel your spine is nice and long and your shoulders are relaxed. You can go ahead and close your eyes. Let your arms just rest at your sides. And we'll just check in with how we're feeling, both physically and emotionally. And pay attention to what it feels like to just stand here, to let your feet connect with the ground, to let your shoulders relax, to let your spine be nice and tall. And then begin to pay attention to your breathing. Just what your breathing is like right now. If it's deep or shallow, if it's fast or slow. And if it feels good to you, you can begin to take your breathing a little bit deeper. Inhaling for a little bit longer and exhaling a little bit slower. This can be a pretty relaxing pose, even though we're having to do a lot of work to stand up and to keep our spines nice and straight. Make sure on the inhales you're thinking about lengthening through your spine, and on the exhales you're thinking about relaxing your shoulders. Attention to how the breathing feels to your body. See if you can start to let that breath go down into your stomach. That's the very deepest breath, when you feel like you're expanding your stomach on each inhale. We'll begin moving with our breath, just inhaling our arms up overhead, exhaling and letting your arms float back down. As you inhale, really feel an active stretch all the way through your fingertips, and then exhale. Connecting our movement to our breathing. Inhale up. Bring your palms together and then exhale to heart center. And inhale. Palms come together. Exhale. Inhaling your arms. This time we're going to alternate reaching one hand higher than the other. And it's not about bending our elbows. We want to feel the movement in our backs. with our shoulder blades. Really feel those muscles working on your back. And then let's reach both hands as high as we can, and then pull both of your shoulders back down. You'll feel that that creates a lot more space between your earlobes and your shoulders. This is the position we want our shoulders to be in most of the time, pulling away from our ears. Let's let our left arm drop down and just reach up through the right. Let the left side of your body relax. Your head can just hang, the left arm can be relaxed. Just reaching up through the right arm. And inhale the left arm up. Exhale the right arm down. Keep a really active stretch in that left arm, but let the rest of your body relax. And inhale up again. Just exhale and let our arms float down. Take your head side to side. Just a few quick stretches. Let's take our head to the left side. Hold it there for just a moment. Probably feel a stretch through the right side of your neck. But if you'd like a stretch that's a little bit more intense, you can take your left hand and just rest it on your right shoulder. These are muscles that we want to be careful to not overstretch, so don't put a lot of pressure there. And we'll switch our head over to the right side. Same thing, if you'd like just a little bit more of a stretch, you can place your right hand on your left shoulder. Just being gentle with this stretch. Release. Bring your chin down to your chest. Inhale and just look up. Exhale down. And as you look up, it's not about bending your neck backwards or letting your head hang back. It's about lifting and lengthening. So exhaling down and inhaling up. Find your perfect posture again, just looking straight on. Inhale your arms up overhead. We're going to exhale, swan dive down. As we swan dive, think about reaching through the top of your head, keeping your spine nice and straight. And we'll come all the way down to forward fold. Here in forward fold, you're welcome to bend your knees, even let your stomach and your chest rest on your legs, and then let your neck and your head relax. From here, we'll reverse swan dive up, lengthening through the top of our head again. Exhale to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down again. Bending your knees if you need to, relaxing your neck, let your head hang. And reverse swan dive up. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, exhale, swan dive down. This time when we inhale, we'll come up halfway to a flat back. You're welcome to bring your hands to your legs, or you can let your fingertips reach back towards the ground. I'm going to be lengthening through the top of your head here. Let your spine be nice and long, and then we'll release back down. Reverse swan dive up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a flat back, release back down, Reverse swan dive up. Remembering to use your breath as we work through these movements. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale down. Reverse swan dive up. Exhaling down. Inhale and exhale, swan dive down. This time bend your knees if you weren't already. We're going to hold here for just a moment. Relax your neck, let your head hang. Let your stomach and your chest rest on your thighs. We're going to find a good stretch here. Maybe it'll be more comfortable for you to keep your knees bent. Maybe you're finding a good stretch here. If you want more of a stretch, carefully begin to straighten your knees, keeping your stomach close to your thighs. Inhale up to a flat back. Release down and reverse swan dive up. Exhaling through heart center. Inhale. Exhale down. Finding that good stretch again for just a moment, and then inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release down. This time we're going to plant our hands on the mat out in front of us, and we'll step back to plank. Plank is a great pose to work on arm strength, shoulder strength, and core strength. We'll hold here for just a moment so you can feel your core engaging, and if you would like to lower your knees to the ground, you're welcome to do that. You can also find a really good plank just from your knees. As you're here in plank, think about pulling your shoulders away from your ears again. You want to make sure your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders are all in a line. From here, we're going to slowly lower down through chaturanga. Chaturanga means crocodile, and it's the pose where we have our hands flat on the ground and our elbows right by our sides. So usually, as we're working through the sunrise salutation, we just slowly lower down through that pose, and we work a lot on our tricep strength as we do that. And from here, we inhale up to cobra, just using the muscles in our lower back. Your hands are only resting on the ground. They're not pressing into the ground to push you up. From here, if your back feels really good, you can press through your hands and come all the way up to upward facing dog. Your thighs and your knees will lift off the ground. So you're pressing through your hands and the tops of your feet are resting on the ground. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. This can be a difficult pose to learn. It's all about finding length through your spine rather than just keeping your legs straight. So let's start by coming up onto our tippy toes. Bend your knees, bring your stomach and your chest towards your thighs. Relax your neck, let your head hang, and find the length through your spine. You should be creating one long line all the way from your fingertips up to your tailbone. Carefully, let's lower our knees all the way to the ground. We're going to take a little break sitting back in child's pose. Shifting your weight back and reaching your hands out in front of you. And then just let your forehead rest on the mat. Come back to your nice deep breathing here. Slow it down just a little bit if it's changed. And make sure you're taking your nicest, deepest breaths. Also, pay attention to what your spine feels like here. Notice how it's nice and long. This is similar to what we want our spine to feel like when we are in downward facing dog. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward. We're going to come all the way forward to our modified plank. And if you would like to step back to your full plank, you're welcome to do that as well. We'll work through these few poses again, slowly lowering down through chaturanga, keeping the elbows nice and close. Inhaling up to cobra, using the muscles in your lower back. And then if you would like, pressing through your hands and coming up to upward facing dog. Shifting back to downward facing dog. Remember, you're welcome to keep your knees bent and to stay up on your toes so you can focus on lengthening through your spine. And then slowly bend your knees down to the mat and shift your weight back to child's pose. Coming back to your nice deep breathing. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward again to modified plank, or you're welcome to step back to a full plank. Slowly lower down. Inhale up to cobra, or you can press up to upward dog. Shift your weight back to downward facing dog. If you would like more of a stretch through the backs of your legs here, go ahead and walk through your feet. Alternate, letting one heel drop down to the ground and then the other. Keeping your spine nice and long and straight as you do this. And then carefully we'll step both of our feet up into our hands and reverse swan dive up. Exhale down to heart center. So we've now gone through all the poses that make up the sunrise salutations. We'll work through the entire flow a few times now, and we need to make sure that we're using our breath to help us work through these poses. So be really aware of your breathing and how your breath helps you flow through the poses. Let's inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive down, lengthening through the top of your head. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, release. Plant your hands on the ground and step back to plank. Remember, you can lower your knees if you need to. Slowly lower down. Inhale up, cobra, and then upward dog. Back to downward dog. And then step both of your feet up into your hands. Reverse swan dive up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale, reach to the top of your head. Inhale, flat back. And down. Back to plank. Slowly lower down. Inhale up. You can choose cobra or upward dog. Back to downward dog. Step the feet in. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Step back to plank. Slowly lower down. Inhale up to cobra or upward dog. Back to downward dog. And let's take another break. Come up onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees down. And this time you're welcome to leave your knees where they're at, Or you can even spread your knees just a little bit wider and shift your weight back. Have a little more space between your thighs, and you can let your stomach and your chest just rest between your thighs. Once again, noticing the nice long spine that you have here in child's pose. And the sunrise salutations is a great flow of poses to work through in the morning to help you wake up, or to do at night before you go to bed, help you calm down and get out some of your extra energy. Or you could even take a little break during the day, work through these poses. Continue your nice deep breathing as you lay here in child's pose. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward. Come back to all fours. We're going to do another little stretch for our backs. This will be similar also to what you feel in downward facing dog. And it's also similar to child's pose, except instead of letting our hips shift back, we're going to leave our hips up in the air. And then you can just come down on your forearms. Let's fold in our left arm and use that arm as a pillow for our head, and then we'll reach through our right hand. So feel the lengthening through your back and also through the right side of your body as you really stretch through the right fingertips. Let's carefully switch, fold in the right arm, extend the left arm out, bring your forehead to that right arm, and then really stretch through the left fingertips. And then carefully we'll begin to work our way back up to all fours. Let's swing our legs out in front of us. So we're just sitting flat. We'll work through a few stretches before we do our final relaxation. So sit nice and tall, feel the length through your spine. Sometimes I even like to scoot forward just a little bit so that I can feel those sits bones right underneath me. You can kind of move the fleshy part of you away. Let's inhale our arms up overhead. And then as we exhale, we're going to crease at our hips and begin to reach forward. So keep reaching through the top of your head. When you've gone as far as you can, go ahead and release your hands down. Maybe your hands only come to your knees or your legs. That's okay. As we stretch here in this forward fold, you're thinking more about bringing your stomach down towards your legs rather than bringing your head towards your knees. When you stop reaching through your head, we kind of curve and relax our back a little bit more, which we don't want here. one more nice deep inhale here. And exhale, see if you can stretch just a little bit further. And then carefully walk your hands back up. Let's bend our left leg. We'll place the foot on the floor and then just twist towards that leg. You can wrap your right arm around that leg and then turn and look over the left shoulder. Getting a nice twist through your spine. Twists are really healthy for our spine, but we just want to make sure we're sitting up nice and tall when we twist. And then carefully release the twist. Extend the left leg back out. We'll bend our right knee. You can wrap the left arm around the right knee and twist so you're looking over the right shoulder. Remember, the most important thing is to keep your spine nice and tall as you're twisting. Carefully release that twist. And then we're actually going to bend the left leg as well. We're going to carefully work our way down onto our backs. Welcome to come down onto your forearms and your elbows first. And then just give your spine a moment to lengthen out here on the ground. And then very carefully, we'll work our way down into our final relaxation. This pose is also called Shavasana or corpse pose. This is the pose where we get to just lay on the ground and relax. So let your arms rest at your sides. And then extend both of your legs out to the ground as well. You're welcome to close your eyes. Maybe check in with your breath for just a moment, but then let your breathing come back to whatever's easiest and natural for you. Let your shoulders relax, your core muscles, your back, your hips. Just letting your body sink into the floor. Let yourself just be as you lay here. You're simply an observer at this point, not trying to change anything about the way you feel, just observing. Carefully take one more nice deep inhale and exhale, just bringing awareness and consciousness back to that breath. We'll carefully prepare our bodies to move again, and you're welcome to start just by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Sometimes it even feels good to reach your arms overhead And stretch through your entire body, pointing through your toes and reaching through your fingertips. And as you feel ready to move again, carefully begin to work your way onto one side. Kind of curling up into a fetal position. And then using your arm to press you up to a seated position. Sitting nice and tall and finding your perfect posture. Thinking about that nice long spine that we had when we were standing on our mats at the very beginning of class. Take a few nice deep inhales, letting the spine lengthen and letting the shoulders relax on the exhales. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale to heart center. And thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. I hope you enjoyed learning the sunrise salutations. Once again, my name is Kristen, and I am a health coach with Orion. Namaste.